Flat, sterile hi-hats are a dead giveaway of a generic, in-the-box beat. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to turn these hi-hats into these, using just one simple plugin, Sketch Cassette II. I'm Danny Lapidus, and this is Above the Threshold. Today's focus is giving electronic hi-hats motion, character, and width with Aberrant DSP's Sketch Cassette II. Hi-hats live in that 5 to 12K range, right where Sketch Cassette's age, saturation, wow, and flutter can do magic. We're gonna add subtle wobble, transient smear, and a little bit of hiss, so the hats feel sampled off a tape instead of straight out of a drum machine. Let's hear the pattern. First thing we're going to do is change the tape type to type 2, which softens the digital top without killing the sizzle of the hat. So I'm going to set the age as we listen to probably around 30%. Huge difference. You really hear the extreme highs roll off, almost like an old sampler. Now let's look at the saturation. I love the GUI, it's so simple. Let's switch it to saturation B, which has a little more crunch on the transients. I'm gonna push it to about 25%. The hats are gonna lose that brittle, digital, ticky sound and feel more glued. Solid, let's hear it with the groove. Here's the secret sauce, I think, of the plugin. If you take the wow to about 3 or 4% at a rate of 1 bar, and the flutter, a very little bit, at a rate of 16th notes, for a fast, jittery modulation that makes each tick feel a little different. It's like a randomness. And I'm gonna turn on the mode to FM, which sends the modulation into the flutter. And it gives it a real old tape deck type of sound with a slightly wobbly motor. Hi-hats can feel very robotic. Adding dropouts actually helps a lot. I'm gonna add these dropouts at about 5 to 6% with a width of about 15%. No, let's go more, like 45%. And that gives it tiny gaps that make it move side to side slightly. The pattern gets unpredictable. Turn the intensity up a hair. I usually don't like any noise, but a touch of hiss really helps with this plugin. Just 5 to 10%. It's low, but it can mask like the digital silence between hits. Makes the loop breathe a little more, and if you want extra movement, you can take the hiss and you can also add some flanging. Don't go crazy with the flanging though. Let's check out the hiss first. And finally, use the NR comp. I'm going to turn it on and use it at about 15% with the brightness turned way down to -5%, which will smooth out that spitty top end without killing the energy. And then I'm going to blend in the tape mix at around 65% or so. We'll see. The dry signal keeps the groove tight, and the wet signal adds the flavor. Let's hear it with the entire groove. First on. Do you want lo-fi hats? Switch to tape 1 with low quality, cheap, and the age, really keep it around 50%. We're gonna go pretty high in the saturation. Check it out. Need wide, airy hats? Then you're gonna go to something like type 4 with standard or even master. And then you're gonna add the age to about 50%. And saturation, we're gonna go a little less on that. Wow at 6%. and depth at 4%, staying at eighth notes on the depth. How about glitchy breakdown type of hats? You're going to push the dropouts to 15% and get the intensity up there. The flanging is going to be at like 20%, and it's going to have a more stuttery feel. And that's how to breathe life into electronic hi-hats with Sketch Cassette II. Subtle wow and flutter, a bit of dropout width, and just enough hiss to fool the ear. Try these settings on your next beat, and if it helped, hit subscribe for more tutorials.